Welcome to Hate to Wait, where two lifelong dieters talk about their current struggles with weight loss. Diets, we've tried them all. We're not doctors. We don't play them on TV or on this podcast. Join our journey because misery loves company.
Happy Thanksgiving, Emily.
Happy Thanksgiving, John. Well, when people listen to this, it will be way past Thanksgiving, and hopefully they're not regretting too much.
They will be like maybe by now they'll be into the turkey soup part of the leftovers. Like there's not much left.
Oh, well, all the turkey will be gone and in
then.
the trash. I'm not a big leftovers person at all.
Oh, no?
No, I like it at least, well, about 2 days after, and that's it. That's my wall. And it's like, nope, no more. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I would eat after that. No. Pie.
Okay.
I'll eat leftover pie for days.
Yeah, who doesn't want pie? There is a sandwich in this area. It's from a place called Capriati's, and it's called the Bobby. And basically what it is, it's turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce, and mayonnaise.
Wow.
In a hoagie. It is the most amazing hoagie. Now, hoagie is a sub for people that's not in the Northeast or the Philadelphia area. We call them hoagies.
Or a grinder.
Now, see, a grinder here is a sandwich that's heated. Like
wow.
Yeah, a grinder would be like you would take an Italian sub, put the meat in and everything in a roll. You'd put it in a pizza oven or an oven, and you'd crisp it up. And then you'd put the lettuce and tomato and everything on it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a distinction. Okay.
That is here. It's weird how sandwiches change.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I say it is. I know people, I know that's a big debate.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm saying if it's on a roll, you can eat it with your hands. It's a sandwich. But then is a taco a sandwich? But a taco's not on a roll. So I say no to the taco. Yes to the hot dog.
Maybe the ones with the really thick tortillas. I'm sorry, everyone, for this tangent we're on. I need to know now.
A flour tortilla. A soft shell, maybe a sandwich. Hard shell, no sandwich.
Listeners, what do you think? Tell us. Actually, we would love to have listeners come in. We're live in the Facebook group right now. I'm going to throw a link in the chat to where you can join us and hop in. And don't worry about how you look. We're not releasing the video outside of the Facebook group, and you can come in and talk to us and tell us about your Thanksgiving and tell us how you're planning on managing your diets maybe.
I see Mindy from the Jason and Mindy podcast is here.
Yeah.
She could get Jason to fire up the rig and jump in. But so anyhow, yes. So today's the day. Today is like days that people that are on weight loss programs hate because there's so much food. And what are we going to do?
They either hate it or they love it because it's really easy to give yourself a pass.
Yes. Well, of course, we're going to give ourselves a pass because there's pie. And whenever there's pie, you give yourself a pass.
I loved that meme right now. It'll be funny for the people listening back who find it months later and are listening back to this Thanksgiving episode, and it's summer and they're like, what are they talking about? But right now we are going through quite the romaine crisis, I guess.
You can't eat romaine. A friend of mine came home and he said he came home and he made a nice big salad full of romaine lettuce and he ate it. Then he turned on he signed on to Facebook and was like, oh no. But so far I haven't seen anything that he's in any kind of gastric distress, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to say, my meal delivery service that I use, they sent one of the funniest emails actually about the romaine thing. And all the subject line said was romaine calm. And it was just to let you know that they weren't going to add romaine to any of their meal boxes for a while. And I was like, I love them so much now. And
that is a great thing, romaine calm. I'm so mad that I didn't think of that.
Me too. I love a good pun like that.
That is right up your alley.
Yeah.
Yes, step away from the romaine, as they're saying in the chat right now. The chat's fired up tonight. today?
Well, I knew that people would have the day off. It's not time to eat yet. We can keep them company while they cook. I'm sure all their meals are delicious. Oh, another thing I saw for anyone in the live chat room, I saw this a few days ago, but it's so true for anyone who's had guests over to Thanksgiving. A few days ago, they posted, make sure when you go to somebody's house for Thanksgiving, you go to the baseboards and you compliment them on how clean they are, because that is what they're working on today.
I'll have to do that. So I am going over to my ex-wife's house for Thanksgiving dinner. My children are there, and they're already cooking, and I was going to go over and help and peel potatoes because that's what I can do. But then we're doing the show, so they said, don't worry about it, just go do the show. So I said, okay. So when we get done this show, I sign off and we go over, because we eat early. We're eating at 1 o'clock, and they're making something, actually for me. I love it and hate it, but well, I guess it's not for me. They're making a snickerdoodle cheesecake. Exactly.
What?
A snickerdoodle cheese. Now, my favorite cookie is a snickerdoodle, so I don't know I will report back next week and tell you how good it was. So, yes. So today we get a pass. So for me, I'm just not going to go hog wild on the carbs. Have a little bit of potatoes, probably no rolls, and see what happens.
I think you could do a really good job filling up your plate with vegetables. So even when you get to that cheesecake, you're not going to want to eat. I mean, like, you shouldn't be saving room for that cheesecake. It should just be that little sliver.
Yes.
Nice cherry on top of a nice vegetable sundae.
It's true. But the thing is, and you say, we were talking earlier about how, Facebook markets to you, and I am like the easiest person to market to. Because this week I watched a documentary on the making of the Continental Railroad. The railroad went from the East Coast to the West Coast. And in one section, they were talking about how they brought the Chinese workers in. And the Chinese workers were doing better than the Irish workers. And they thought it was basically because the Irish people were boiling potatoes and boiling meat and everything like that. And they weren't. But the Chinese, you would go over there and you would smell the garlic and you would smell the ginger and you would smell them making fish and all this good, really healthy food. And they were outworking the Irish. And I thought to myself, I got to have Chinese food right now. So
I don't think that's the same Chinese food at all.
I know, but it was just one of those things where, so I thought, okay, well, I'll order Chinese food. And I did real well, I thought, and I ordered Chinese food. And the funny thing is, I guess I should have said, hey, don't put any MSG in that.
Uh-huh.
Because afterwards I felt like I swole up like a tick. Like I just felt so salty. I don't know exactly, maybe it was too salty. I don't know, but it was anyhow. It took me like a day or two to kind of flush that out of my system, thanks to the whooshy pill, by the way, and everybody
And
reminding
yay.
me. Yes, and everybody reminding me. So I was very good with that this week. But I'm looking forward to going over and being with the kids and having dinner. It's nice.
Yeah, I made it so that I actually don't have any client work today. I have work on my own show, but again, that is one of those things that gets pushed off until finally I can work on my own show and treat myself to the thing I really love about podcasting.
Yeah, which is recording.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So today is all just happy podcasting day.
It's funny. Podcasting is kind of like fishing and hunting, because once you shut off the mic, that's when all the work starts. Once you're fishing, once you pull the fish in, or once you pull the trigger, that's when all the fun stops. The fun is the actual doing the hunting part of it, the fishing part of it. The podcasting, the recording part is the best part. But then once you shut the mic off, that's when all the work starts.
I wonder if that's related to eating in any way, because I really hate the cooking part. Sometimes I can get into it, but
no, I hate the cooking part too. Yeah, exactly. I loathe cooking. So for me, I have to do things like last week I grabbed I have 2 glass containers, and I cooked like 10 chicken thighs, and then I took the Instapot and I cooked like 20 eggs, and I put chicken breasts in there with chicken broth, and I sprinkled seasoning all over them, and then I cooked them, and I had all this stuff in the refrigerator so that I would not go out and eat. And it worked. It actually worked, because then what I would do is I would just heat it up afterwards. So then I made egg salad and my buffalo chicken salad, and I had chicken thighs, and I had Brussels sprouts that you can just throw in the microwave. They're in the baggies. You steam them in the baggies. I had that and cauliflower rice, and everything was just set up so I didn't have to cook anything. I just threw it in the microwave, and then boom, it was done, and then I could eat. And I didn't have any, I could just eat from house. But here's the thing for me is if I don't do that, I don't go out. So from last Thursday till Monday, I never left this house, not one time. And so I said, okay. So the chat room was going crazy with all the recipes they got going. I saw something.
I know. I'm kind of entranced by it.
I saw raspberry something, and I was like, what?
Jello. They're talking about Jello. They're talking about Mindy's grandmother's recipe for seafoam salad. Pears, cream cheese, lime Jello, and Dream Whip.
Oh, well, see, we used to call that back in the day a Jello mold. And you could not go to a Buchanan's function, family function, unless there was a Jello mold.
Yeah, I remember my mom and my aunts made them for every occasion. They'd never get touched, but they had to make them. I don't know why. I remember actual Jello mold tins hanging up in our kitchen as decoration.
Yes, we had the same thing, and we always had. I think like in the 90s, the Jello mold went out of.
Yes,
is basically.
Thank you to that
death of the Jello mold. But then they have this new Jello pretzel something.
What? No. Why is that? No.
It's pretzels and Jello and cream cheese something, maybe. I think it's called Jello pretzel salad. I don't know. Anybody in the chat room can help me out with that?
I feel like I would try it. Jello's weird for me. Jello's one of those foods that I can't have with anything else.
Oh, really?
Jello by itself. Yeah. The same with raisins. I'll eat raisins by themselves, but if you put it in my food, no. You
know where I like raisins? In a nice broccoli salad. They put raisins in them. Has a little sweetness to it.
I like craisins. I can see raisins, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah.
So, and then for me, there's not too many foods that I don't like. And one food that I don't like is cranberry sauce, especially the stuff out of the can. I don't like anything that when you take it out of the can, still looks like the can.
That's actually my episode of the story behind this week is going to be the story behind cranberry sauce. It's actually really interesting behind it. There's pectin in cranberries, which makes it naturally
thick,
mold together and get gelatinous like that.
How about that?
Yeah, which is why cranberry sauce became a thing.
I guess.
Because they're actually only good. Like, if you see cranberries and they're nice and round, that's actually a very small percentage of the actual cranberries grown. Mostly cranberries are pretty ugly and can't be sold in stores. So someone was like, all right, let's take all these ugly cranberries that won't sell and force sauce onto people so that...
Well, you know where the cranberry's from, don't you?
Where? Massachusetts.
South Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
They grow a ton of them here. They harvest them, they flood the fields, and then they put this thing in there that looks like a big giant fan, and then they knock them all loose and they float to the top and they scoop them.
That's what I'm learning. I'm learning that everyone thinks that cranberries grow in water. They think like, oh, you just make a bog. But that's actually how they pick them off the thing is they flood the fields that the cranberries just pop off and float to the top.
Right. And then you just scoop them off. And I used to love those cranberry commercials for cran apple juice from, they could have the two guys standing in the bog in the water. So they were some of my favorite commercials. So how was your week up to this?
Up to this, it was good. I was still getting over my cold. Oh, I forgot. Let's see. Forgot to add my shark to our Facebook Live. Yeah, to our Facebook Live because that's a thing. I'm at the tail end of it though, so it's didn't really interfere with anything. It did have a day of if Mark goes to the store, he needs to get cookies. There's no no, I could say no to them. It's like, no, I need you to get me the Samoa look-alike cookies, please, from the store.
They make Samoa look-alike cookies.
At Aldi, they have,
Okay. I didn't know that. I'm glad I don't know that. And I'm glad I don't go to Aldi to shop.
I'm going to throw the link in the chat room again if anybody would like to join us.
Yeah, we do have some podcasters that just popped in that could come on.
Yeah.
So we were talking about your week. So everything,
Yeah,
and that was it.
was pretty much. There was nothing really out of the ordinary. I kind of just tried to get back on the intermittent fasting after coming back from DC. It was surprisingly easy. Because I really wasn't outside of my window too much other than being sick. But the first day when I let myself hold off eating until 12, that was like, okay. And I really I was able to get back into the swing of things, which makes me happy, which makes me very hopeful for the day after Thanksgiving. And being able to just, all right, let's go back. I don't think I'll be outside of my window today, honestly. But I think I will allow myself to try every single thing and not hold back so much on dessert as I would on any other day, aside from cookie week.
Cookie week. Yeah. Well, for me, the nice thing is that I guess I can pick my leftovers. Like I'm not going to take anything that's worse, that's really off plan. So I think I can do that.
And you'll have plenty of turkey. Turkey is something I'll eat leftover just right out of the thing until it gets that weird gel on it. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to avoid it. I don't want it in my leftovers.
I'm going to call Lisa real quick because I have her phone number here.
All right.
We'll bring her in.
Hello, friends.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm jealous of all the food you guys maybe do or don't get to eat today.
I know.
That's right. Lisa's from Canada. So is there anything going on today in Canada?
No, tomorrow we do your Black Friday, but that's it.
That's it.
But maybe we'll find some turkey. Maybe Sam and I'll find some turkey before we record today, just in honor of.
Ah, there you go. You go to Subway and get a turkey sub. You guys have Subway up there, right?
Yeah, or we could go to Denny's. They even make a turkey supper.
Ah, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
And that would be super wonderful. They do all, I don't know if they do all your stuff, but they do all our stuff.
All right. I kid your co-host because I talk to Sam and I say to her that, Canadian Thanksgiving is the fake Thanksgiving. This is the real Thanksgiving.
Well, or we could start participating in yours and we would have two Thanksgivings. We'd be prepping for yours.
See, you're going to jump on our coattails again. That's okay.
That would be great.
Yeah, right?
It would be like having divorced parents and you get 2 birthday parties and 2 Christmases.
Exactly. Right? It's like we're already jumping on your Black Friday, so why don't we just take your Thanksgiving and we'll run with it too?
Sure. How about 4th of July? You want 4th of July?
We have a July 1st, but sure, if it's a reason to have hot dogs, we'll do it.
Right. I forgot about the reason to have hot dogs. So here we go. We had a big debate here earlier. Hot dog, is it a sandwich or is it not a sandwich?
No, it's not a sandwich.
I don't understand that. How's it not? It has a bun. What is?
No, but a bun, but it's different. It's just different. It's just in a league of its own. It's not a sandwich.
Hamburger, sandwich or not a sandwich?
No, it's separate. It's a hamburger. Those are 2 separate things.
The thing about first of all, let's give Lisa a plug. Lisa's show is I Shake My Head with Lisa and Sam, and they are hysterical. They actually podcast out of their car, out of a car
tonight.
named Betty, right? And they're going to do it tonight. And Lisa has a lot of rules about everything. Eating, there's she has summer food and winter food. Like if
I'm
I
really
agree with
weird
her on that. Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
would you eat watermelon right now?
No.
You know what? Nope, there's no watermelon in the fridge right now. Nope. I'm sad about it, but it's not there.
But if, say, someone brought you a watermelon now.
I'm cold just thinking about it. Nope.
No?
No.
But I would eat it at a buffet.
See, now there you go. You just ruined your rule because if it's at a buffet and you eat it at this time of the year, that makes sense to you.
No, but buffets are different. There's no rules for buffets.
Okay.
Buffets, you just enjoy the food.
The buffets
right?
are rules.
There's rules at your home.
Okay, so there's home eating rules.
But I think that's actually something that goes back to our ancestors and knowing when to eat what's in season. Like that was ingrained in them. And we've kind of lost that because we can get things any time of year around here, no matter how far they've traveled or how they're preserved. It's like the McRib for Americans. We have a feeling of when it's actually out and available in stores and we flock to it. And then it goes away and we're like, okay, we'll wait for it. We'll wait for next year.
Emily, this Canadian is the number 1 McRib fan, hey? And it only comes to Canada once every million years.
Right.
Oh, I love it so much. Like I would eat that McRib every single meal as long as it's in Canada till it's gone.
The McRib is like the Halley's Comet to Canada.
It is.
I thought Canada had it all the time for
No.
some reason. Is it other parts of
No.
Canada?
No, the last time we had it was 5 years ago. And how do I know this? Because I have the McRib app. So it taunts me. It tells me where it is everywhere in the world. And then on my Facebook, I get, how you get those memories? I see it. And it's like 5 years ago. And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. Yeah.
I didn't know there's an app. Is it an official McDonald's app?
No, it's just a McRib app. It's not even the McDonald's one. Yeah. And it shows you the whole world, right? So it'll taunt me and it'll say, yeah, we're in Germany. And I'm like, oh, you suck. But it's never in Canada.
Well, you know what? I want to taunt you a little bit more, Lisa. Right now, what they have
Thank you.
here is the barbecued chicken tenders, which is chicken
Ooh, that
tenders.
would be good.
It is amazing. I had to stop. I had to really stop myself because I was eating them every day. I would go
Yeah.
every day for
Wow.
lunch, and I would get the 3. They have 3, 6, and 10. And there was like, do you want the 3, 6, or 10? And my inside of my head's going 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
But then I was said,
Nobody
no,
wants 3.
right. I don't know. I was getting a 3 because I was trying to be a good boy.
Good
So,
for you.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
are
for
you proud now that you did that?
Yes.
Is future John thanking past John for that?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
because
awesome.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, because I could eat 20 if I wanted to. If I sat down, I could eat 20 of them. But then again, the 3 was good. 3 was really good.
And I can eat anything with a dip. It doesn't matter. I'm not a big eater, but you put a dip
Dip.
on it, watch me go.
Yeah. Dip is my weakness.
Yeah, right now my new thing, and we're talking about it this week. I'm addicted to the chili Thai sauce.
Okay, that's really good.
That's on. It's going on everything. Doesn't even matter. My husband's like, "Why is it on a cracker?" Because it can be.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
All through college in my 20s, I was addicted to ranch dressing. I'm still a little bit addicted to it, but
Ooh,
not like
yeah,
I was.
yeah.
I mean, I had a theory, and it's been proven that you could put ranch dressing on everything you could put ketchup on and more. And it's fantastic.
Absolutely. Yep, I would agree with that 100%.
Now here's something that I've never tried, but everybody raves about it: is ranch dressing on pizza.
I've never had that.
It depends.
never
It has
had
to be crappy pizza. It has to be like the pizza you could get for $5 at Little Caesars, and you walk in and grab it, and it's basically a sponge with tomato flavored water and cheese flavoring on it. And that's fine with ranch dressing because anything will dress that up.
Yeah,
But good pizza, like good wood from the oven, no, don't mess
ruin
with
it with that.
no.
Now it's like putting ketchup on a good steak.
Like kind of like the ugly cousin that comes to the party, right? And yeah, you still fit in. Come on in. Right? Everybody's still happy it's there.
Yes. So that's right. Tonight you guys record I Shake My Head with Lisa and Sam. And can I
Yes, we do.
just be a little spoiler alert about who you have a guest
Yeah.
on?
We have an awesome guest.
They talked to Jessica Kupferman, who was actually on this show one time.
I know. Oh, I saw that was
She's
being
on for almost
teased.
the whole show. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I love her.
of course. And the funny thing was with Lisa and Jessica, it was a fight to see who could talk first and the longest.
It still was. I listened to it all. I listened to all of it now, like that you sent me. Yeah, it's completely. But I think we compliment. I think, and then poor Sam's just trying to get in.
Right. You know, I said Sam was like someone that was trying to merge into a highway with a high rate of speed trucks going by. Like she was like
That's the best way to explain it.
exactly what she was trying to do.
It's so funny, but at least Sam's got her laugh, so that's good.
Absolutely.
Right?
Best laugh in podcasting, I think.
100%. I agree with that. 100%. Most infectious.
Mhm.
So listen, guys, I'll let you get back to your show. I better get back to work.
Okay. Yeah, don't get fired now.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for calling me.
Hey, thanks.
All right. Love you both.
All right, love you
Bye.
too.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye now.
Okay. Bye, guys.
How about that?
Oh,
Our first-
fancy.
Our first call.
Our first call.
We are a show where we're supposed to be talking about, how to lose weight or not, our struggles and stuff like that. And then what do we do? It's almost like it's a food porn show. It's like
Today it is. I know. It's kind of a very special episode where we kind of throw the last 29 episodes under the bus to be like, not now. Not now, motivation.
right, because there's a lot of people that binge eat and they get triggered. They get triggered by certain foods. Like you can't talk about certain foods, maybe hot dogs or tapioca pudding is like what it's going to do. Yeah, I'm trying to. I wish I remembered the last time I had tapioca pudding because I would have like a calendar. No like they use no accidents in this workplace
Yeah.
for how many days. Like I would have like a tapioca pudding
John has been tapioca
free for yes. Ooh, can I bring up a subject that we don't even have on the board and we didn't talk about or anything like that?
Okay, sure.
Since this is really just
Yeah.
off the cuff.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast, and they have these new pills out that are the same thing as the drops that you put under your tongue. What?
CBD?
Yes, but it's freeze-dried. It comes in a pill,
Oh.
and it's supposed to be concentrated. So I ordered them.
Oh, nice.
And then I saw a story where there was this guy down in South Carolina, Smyrna, South Carolina, the police department went into all these stores that had these CBD oils and gummy bears, and we took them off the shelves because that's the marijuana.
Oh, okay.
And so then they had a press conference about it, and then they said, that doesn't have any HTC in it. It has no, it doesn't THC. What did I say? HTC? That's Happy Thanksgiving. Doesn't have any Happy Thanksgiving in it. And jeez. So anyhow, and the guy's like, yeah, well, I don't know about that. And he says, well, they have it in the Walmart too. You're going to go to Walmart and seize all their stuff. And he goes, well, if it's in the Walmart, we're going there next. So this guy ran around and started taking a bunch of stuff off the shelves that has nothing to do with marijuana. It doesn't get you high. It's morons.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I've been trying that for a while. Is CBD oil under my tongue, and it actually really helps when I'm fasting to keep me fasting. It's one of those things. It doesn't get you high. It's available over the counter pretty much. There are different ways of getting it. So the stuff that's over the counter is definitely not going to make you high. There's CBD that's derived specifically from marijuana that has a little bit more kick to it. But again, it's not supposed to make you high. But the one that I have is derived from hemp. So you can pretty much find it all over the U.S. and probably places in the world. But put it under my tongue in the morning, calms me down. Put it under my tongue when my window closes. And again, it calms me down. It helps me focus. And like, I'm really just not hungry when my window closes. Like, food is the last thing on my mind. It's like, what do I have to do before I get to go to bed?
It's funny that marijuana gives you the munchies. CBD takes them away.
Well, the thing that happens is for cancer patients who are given medical marijuana, one of the reasons it helps is that it does regulate your appetite so that it helps people who need to eat food actually get that hunger. And people who don't need to eat food, like me, it's like, no, you calm down over there. Simmer down over there.
Yeah, So anyhow, I ordered them, so I will test them out and let you know how it works out.
Yeah, let me know. I love my drops.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we going to do tomorrow after Thanksgiving is over? Let's kind of set that plan and put that plan in our heads for right now.
I think it's just back to the normal, eating window and everything else. Just go back to the planning. Like, I already have stuff cooked, ready to go, menus already made.
Oh, nice. So you're already prepared for tomorrow.
Yeah. If I don't prepare, again, it goes to that same thing. If you don't prepare to succeed, you are preparing to fail, especially for me, and especially in this right here. Okay, perfect example. Last night, I had cravings. I wasn't hungry because there was food that I could eat, but I was like, I don't want that. Well, then if you don't want that, then you're not hungry. All right, so it's like, we could start
that voice.
It's a Jay Leno voice. Because maybe we could go to Taco Bell. And no Taco Bell. We're not going to Taco Bell. So yeah, it's just me fighting with that voice all the time. I wish I could break up with that voice.
Yeah, one of my friends gave me the adage of, if you're not hungry enough to eat an apple, then you're not hungry.
Exactly.
And but I don't really like apples. Even when I'm hungry, I'm kind of like, is there anything else?
I don't know. For me, if I'm really hungry, an apple will do the trick. When I'm hungry, anything will do the trick. But when I'm
can you have an apple with keto?
No, not really.
Oh.
It's so funny. I'm trying to remember the time where I really took the weight off. I wasn't on keto. I was more of a no bread, no white potatoes. Like, I could have sweet potatoes and I could have apples,
Mhm.
but I couldn't have pineapples. There were certain fruits that I could have, and certain fruits I could have strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, apples, but I couldn't have.
Berries, I think, are one of those things that really doesn't affect your insulin levels too much because it's a lot of water.
I could have watermelon and cantaloupe was on the plan, but no bananas, raisins. Raisins are just like little black drops of sugar.
Yeah, they are. They're so sugared at this point.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, and I wasn't allowed to have that. So I could have, so perfect example was in the morning, I could have eggs and bacon. And in the afternoon, I could have salad with chicken. And at night, I could have any kind of protein with a sweet potato. And, you know, there could be some, you know, so basically, and there were snacks involved too. So what I would do is I would eat breakfast. Then I would eat 2 apples for like a snack. But then that I was eating all day until 6 o'clock, and then it stopped. You know, it stopped at 6 o'clock, and you were done the next day. I do like the intermittent fasting though, because it really does fit my lifestyle. If I'm not thinking about food, that's a good thing. My problem is my window. Like once I start, I never get to the end of the window. Usually, what happens is I'll work until I'm done, and then I'm out of my window. So I have to really set an alarm.
Yeah.
To make that second meal. What podcast did I listen to? I think it's the podcast that you told me about intermittent fasting. I did listen to the very first episode of it, the intermittent fasting podcast.
Yeah.
And I listened to the first 3 episodes, and they really have if you're going to start intermittent fasting, I recommend those 3 episodes. Listen to those first 3, and it'll get you on your way. It'll teach you how to actually start and what to do and what not to do, which is more important.
And I'll put the links to those in the show notes, so you could go to hatetowait.com, or you can click on your podcast app and either swipe left, swipe right, swipe up, however, and you can usually get to the show notes that way. So you could just click it, go to their website, find which app works for you to listen.
Yes. Because
I feel like it's very important to tell people how to listen and how to use their podcast apps.
Right, and how to subscribe. Subscribe is the most important thing. You have to subscribe, because that way it pops up when there's a new episode out. Like we were talking about maybe interviewing other people in the weight loss sphere, whether it was a success story or somebody coming out with an app or something like that, where you would do it and I would do it, you know, and then they would just pop up in the middle of the week. And
and this would be separate from the live videos, but this would just be something extra if you wanted to listen to, if you wanted to hear from people who are actually experts in the field and not 2 people
struggling.
Walking around this hedge maze of dieting.
Right, trying to figure out how to. Actually, what we're doing is we're circling the diet octagon, trying to figure out how to get in. You know, we're trying to figure out where the door is. Like sometimes we feel like we're like hanging on the top rail, looking over, like we want to get in there, but then something always happens, and then we fall back down out of it. But it's kind of like what we're doing, and I think one of the things about this podcast is that other people have the same struggles. I feel that as we're talking, that some people that are listening to this are like nodding their head, going, "Yeah, I do that. That happens." So, like last week when I went up 11 pounds because we took a 2-week break, and I kind of just let things go by the wayside. It was 20 until I started taking that water pill again. So
the Whooshy pill is great.
Right.
Do we want to get to some Winning Wednesdays?
Absolutely. Was there? I didn't see that many Winning Wednesdays, to be quite honest with you.
We didn't. I think people are
they're afraid of putting a Winning Wednesday because they know losing Thursday. Which is Thanksgiving.
No, we're not going to lose Thursday.
No?
I hope to see a lot of Winning Wednesdays next week. If you are listening to this and you have a win that you did not overindulge yourself on Thanksgiving, that you held back, that you said no to one thing, I'd love to see that in the Winning Wednesday post next week. How about that?
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. So this week, Anna posted that she joined the gym. So that's awesome.
Elaine says she has not eaten chocolate all week. That is amazing.
We need some doo-doos.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to find which mouse it is. I have multiple mouses over here. Here we go. And then Elaine, like I said, has not eaten chocolate all week, so that's fantastic.
Karen has gone to the gym twice a week for over a month, and she's getting more than 10,000 steps a day. Yay.
Deborah, my pants are fitting better.
Yes. Brendan, another one. More and more of my clothes are fitting better. That's such a great feeling.
Right. And Julianne's dragged myself to Pilates and the gym this week, and it was hard.
Yeah, that's such an awesome win. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Jessica and I were actually talking at DC Podfest about how much getting dressed to go exercise sucks. And especially in the winter when you're nice and warm in the clothes that you're wearing, the last thing you want to do is in the middle of the day, take off your clothes, get cold, put on clothes that are still going to make you cold because you're not hot from exercising yet. Like, fine, put me on a treadmill. But if you ask me to change my clothes, like, oh, no, I don't want to do that.
Well, it's funny because from somebody that doesn't go to work, doesn't go out of the house to work, basically I am in my workout clothes, so I could just get up and get dressed and go, so that's one thing. So, okay. So one of the things my Winning Wednesdays is that I downloaded the Google Fit app on my new phone.
Yay.
And I started doing steps. And then Sam's like, you should just try to just up it by 100 steps. And I've been doing that. And I know everybody's doing 10,000 steps and all. But for me, I got to 1,000 this week. So by the end of the week, I was doing 1,000 steps.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And basically what I do is I'm like, okay, now I got to go out and do 300. Now I got to go out and do 300. Now I got to go out and do 300, which is, and again, that's nothing. It's really, to anybody else, it's just like a walk to the mailbox. But for me,
when we first started talking, yours was in the maybe 300s?
Yeah, 300s all day, because I have a 9-step commute to work and a 5-step commute to the bathroom. So that's all I was doing, was going from down here to the bathroom, back and forth, and then back upstairs. And that was it. That was basically my day. So for me to go out and start, doing 1,000 steps, and so far so good. The knee, a little sore, but not terrible. Like, I haven't been able to not do it. So instead of just going out and trying to do 1,000 steps in one shot, I think the thing is just to try to build up and see what happens. So far, Winning Wednesday, 1,000 steps. Yesterday was 1,000. So there we go.
Yay, that's great.
I'm going to give myself a...
Yeah, you should.
All right. Do we have anything else? Because usually after Winning Wednesdays means...
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for the moment you have all been waiting for. It's time for the weigh-in.
So it's an even episode, so that means I get to go first. Now, I was up 11 from last week, and I was so nervous this morning because I hadn't weighed myself all week. And remember, I did do the Chinese food thing, but I basically stayed the same. And I don't know why I can gain 9 pounds or 11 pounds in 2 weeks, but I actually lost 3 pounds this week.
Yay!
So yes, so now instead of 11, I'm just plus 7 from my lowest. Is that right? No, 8. Plus 8 from my lowest. So, and I think, to be honest with you, I think the walking helped, and definitely the whooshy pill.
Yeah.
The whooshy pill.
That's great.
Yeah, so I'm happy.
Doo-doo.
All right, where is it? Here we go. And you don't have to this week.
No, it's okay. I ended up losing the 2 pounds that I gained last week from being sick and probably PMS. So we're back over total loss for both of us. We're at 51 pounds.
There we go. All right.
From starting this episode.
Yeah.
Or starting this podcast, not episode.
Right. So yeah, okay. So yeah, 50 pounds for this episode. That'd be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, everyone. I hope you had a very happy Thanksgiving. Although we say it's not about the food. We know it's about the food, but it is nice to get out and see family, and hope you had a good visit with your family, and hope your football teams won if you're watching football.
All the football teams, they all won.
Yes, they all. Well, yes, true. Not the Eagles. The Eagles are going down like the Titanic.
Isn't it like the Lions never win on Thanksgiving? Or the Lions just always play on Thanksgiving?
Well, they should play the Eagles, and they would beat the Eagles because the Eagles, same thing. So, anyhow, I just thank you so much. And I'm very thankful for this group and this podcast. And Emily, thank you very much, because you guys do keep me on the straight and narrow. And I really appreciate it. Sometimes I mumble under my breath, why did I say I was going to do this? But actually, I'm very, very happy about it.
No, I'm so grateful for everyone in the group and everyone in the chat room, and for John, who is an amazing editor and who will bend over backwards getting people in for this last minute whim idea I had. I appreciate that a lot. And everyone who listens and reaches out and joins the group and sends private messages. We get private messages to from people who listen, and it's really nice to hear, because again, we are not the experts talking about this, but it is nice to just have somebody going through the exact same thing you're going through.
Absolutely. And if you want to join, very easy to do. Go over to hatetowait.com/Facebook and join there. And we are also on the Twitter at Hate to Wait. So join us. And Emily, like I said, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, John.